Hi guys. I just wanted to bring to you an opportunity that you guys can use in your classrooms that I plan on using in mine. We all know that fractions are an area of weakness for many kids. They're still developing that understanding, and in fourth grade and fifth grade specifically, we're asking them to use a foundation that is very weak to apply that knowledge to add, subtract, multiply, divide. And like I said, we know that that foundation for them is still pretty weak. One of the things that we can do is to provide them with a warm-up that they can do every day. And I plan to do this every single day with my kids, help build up that understanding so that when we are multiplying and dividing, they are more comfortable. If you want to take a look at what it looks like, and I'll walk you through a couple of the things of what it's really asking so that you can set that expectation in your classrooms. So it's going to look something like this. Basically, it'll say fraction of the day at the top, and there'll be a line for you to choose the fraction of the day. I would start out with something pretty basic and then move them towards mixed numbers, fractions greater than 1, whatever it is that you think that they might need. If you look ahead at your lesson, you might even pick a fraction from the lesson that you know they're going to need. For easy sake, I'm just going to pick an easy fraction and show you guys how that might look. So I'm going to use like 3/4. It asks, the first question is, what is the unit fraction? Here's where we would expect them to look at the denominator and understand that 1/4 is the unit fraction. And then a unit fraction equation in this case would be 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 because there are 3/4. You may even use the notation 3/1/4 so that they get that understanding too, that we're asking for 3/1/4. Drawing an area model should be pretty straightforward. In this case, again, I'm using a rectangle. Rectangles are really nice segue to the number line, which I'll ask below. So I partitioned it into 4 pieces. I am going to color 3 of those because each piece is worth 1/4, and 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is 3/4. Placing the fraction on a number line. The number line is provided for them, so it's going to be here for them, but it is blank. So this really opens it up for you to put a mixed number up there. They can use a number in between 3 and 4, whatever it may be. In this case, I'm going to obviously put it in between 0 and 1. I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut each of those halves into halves. And 3/4 is going to be placed right here. I label that 3/4. Again, this is an opportunity for you to talk about how you partitioned and easier ways for them to see the multiplication foundation that really goes along with fractions. How far is the fraction from 1? I can use my number line, I can use my area model to help me answer this question. In this case, I look back up at my number line and I can see that I am 1/4 away from 1. What 4 equivalent expressions for the fraction? Well, I'll change that so it makes more sense, but what are 4 equivalent expressions for the fraction? This again is really getting at that decomposing understanding that the kids have. It could be something as simple as 2/4 plus 1/4 that they could write. They could write 1 minus 1/4. Once they get into that multiplication understanding, 3 times 1/4. Really, we're looking for anything that really gets into that understanding of what is 3/4. So addition, subtraction, multiplication. I really wouldn't worry about division at this point with them, but anything that really lets them see that. If you want to get into those mixed numbers again, even putting something like 2 and 1/4 minus 1 and 2/4, I believe is correct. So something that really grabs it. It's open-ended enough that your kids that have a really solid understanding can challenge themselves, but it's low enough that those kids that need to use something like just repeated addition or very simple subtraction or multiplication, it's there for them. Name two equivalent expressions. This is something, again, that you're going to use for those kids that are there. 5th grade especially, you definitely want to use this. 4th grade after they have been taught this. So this is not something I would ask for them, obviously, at the beginning of the year. So 3/4 is going to be equivalent to 6/8. That's also going to be equivalent to 12/16. I'm just going after some simple ones for you guys, but again, it's low floor, high ceiling. The kids that need to do something very, very simple, like just multiplying and doubling the numerator and the denominator can, but those kids that have a solid understanding can do something more complicated and have those conversations with them about, oh, hey, how did you get that? Why did you put that? This is something that you can do with them, before school starts, and then go over it for 5-10 minutes at the beginning of class. Really just depends on your day, obviously, but I would really implement something similar to this, if this, not this one specifically, for anything that you think the kids really might need to rebuild that foundation. If there's kids that still need to use fraction bars, encourage it, but also start to get them to try to move away from them too, especially for questions like this. These are really ones that just solidify that fraction understanding in a simple way. So again, this is just something you can use. I have sent a bunch of these to Print Shop. I will be delivering them to you for you to try out in your classrooms. Any feedback is always welcome. Thanks.